Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm gonna be giving you part 9 of Uchiha Naruto the Sage. Get this one to 50 likes as usual, and I'll be releasing next part as soon as possible. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform, and if you're new, search across the playlist and check out from part 1. Trust me, it's very interesting. And also, I'll be leaving a link down below to my main channel, Anime King, where I'll be posting 2 what ifs tonight. So, enjoy and have fun. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. So basically last time we left off, Naruto awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan after killing Madara. At least that was what Madara wanted, so Naruto could get something out of his death, knowing that he was going to die soon. Naruto ended up on the same team as Kanon, where he met up with Sasuke, Sakura and Kakashi on the roof. When Naruto was asked to introduce himself, all that he said was Uzumaki Naruto and nothing more. Kakashi told him to arrive the next day, but when Kakashi was late, Naruto headed back home. And when Kakashi finally arrived, he only saw Sakura and Sasuke. He went over to find Naruto to see Naruto packing up his house. Naruto told him that he's moving to the Shinobi district because this house was not fit for a shinobi, but Naruto just couldn't get over the fact that he killed Madara here. Kakashi was wondering where Naruto would find the money. He knows that Naruto has been getting allowance from the Hokage, and that is nowhere near to cover the rent of an apartment in the Shinobi district. So after bringing back Naruto to the field, they started the bell test and Naruto figured it out quickly as possible. But he knows that Sakura and Sasuke will not want to team up with him, so he decided to have a little fun with Kakashi. So basically that was the last part we left out, but you guys can check it out for yourself. So let's get straight in this new part. Naruto was ready to have some fun as he was walking up to Kakashi, but he was stopping his tracks when Sasuke beat him to it. Naruto then jumped back up on the tree so he could watch Sasuke Uchiha and see if he is worthy enough to be called a Uchiha. Sasuke rushed towards Kakashi. He had a confident look on his face. He felt confident in himself, like he could get one of the bells. "I am going to get one of those bells," he said. Kakashi looked up to see Sasuke running at him head on, and then he simply just looked down back at his book. Kakashi doing that annoyed the hell out of Sasuke, making him get so angry to see that Kakashi saw him coming, but he simply went back into his book. It was like Kakashi was taking his challenge as if it was nothing and not worth his time. Sasuke hated anyone who felt superior to him. Knowing that his last name is Uchiha, he thinks that he is the greatest person in the village, or will be sooner when he gets stronger. But that is just a name. He charged toward Kakashi in full speed. Kakashi was surprisingly shocked by the speed that the young Uchiha was showing, but it was nothing too impressive. So he didn't put his book away. He waited for Sasuke to make contact, as Sasuke is now 5 feet away from him as he threw a punch straight to Kakashi's face. Kakashi simply blocked it with his free hand. Sasuke then used his other hand and forcing Kakashi to dodge his punch. Sasuke then flipped back in mid-air and came round with a roundhouse kick as Kakashi blocked it with his free hand as well. He did not stop there. He used his other leg to try and kick Kakashi right under his chin. Kakashi simply jumped back, still looking down at his book, not paying any attention to Sasuke. Well, it seems that way, but he was seeing and reading Sasuke's movements. Damn it, it looked like I'm not going to get to read my book in peace, Kakashi said to himself. As Sasuke landed on the ground and ran through some hand signs, fire style. Fireball jutsu, he shouted as Kakashi one eye widened, as the fire style engulfed him. Sasuke then looked around as he looked for Kakashi, thinking that he might have overdid it and killed Kakashi sensei, when he felt something grab his feet, as he was pulled under the ground as Kakashi jumped out, landed on his feet. Well, I must say, that fireball you just used is quite impressive for a kid like you, but that is nowhere near enough to kill me, Kakashi said as he walked over to the tree as he started to read his little book. As he was giggling, reading the perverted things in that book, while leaving Sasuke from his head down, buried into the ground, only his head exposed as he felt like he couldn't move. Damn it, get me the hell out of here, he demanded as he felt embarrassed being caught this easily, as he was stuck into a pit, as he couldn't move his feet or his hands. Sasuke, a voice said, as Kakashi then turned, as he said, the pink-haired fangirl must have woken up. As Sakura came out of the clearing, as she ran over to Sasuke, she was crying as she went down to see him. Are you okay? She said to him, looking at him with wide eyes, because when Kakashi did the genjutsu on her, she thought that Sasuke was really that badly injured. Sakura then turned as she saw Kakashi sensei. Kakashi sensei, get Sasuke out of here now, she demanded. Kakashi only raised her eyebrow as he looked at her with his one eye. She then sighed, realizing that he's not going to do anything, as she sat down next to Sasuke. Don't worry, Sasuke, I will find a way to get you out of here, she said, with a happy smile on her face. Even with all of that, Sasuke didn't even bother to look at her. He just continued glaring daggers at Kakashi, who was basically ignoring him. Kakashi then realized that someone was missing. Where was Naruto? Naruto was watching from afar. Sasuke wasn't that bad for a genin, but he expected to see more from a Uchiha. Naruto then jumped down out of a tree. As he started to walk towards Kakashi, Kakashi noticed him as he saw the same blank look on Naruto's face. Sakura was the first one to say something. Naruto, come and help me free Sasuke. Naruto ignored her as he looked at Kakashi sensei. He then took a familiar fighting stance. Kakashi looked at his stance curiously. This was a fighting stance of the Uchihas. So, shall we dance, Kakashi sensei? Naruto said as he was still glaring at him. Kakashi raised an eyebrow, but nonetheless he continued to read his book. He acted like he wasn't ready, but he was paying attention to Naruto keenly. Naruto then disappeared in incredible speed as he appeared right in front of Kakashi. Fast, that was the only thing Kakashi managed to say. It was so surprising, he had never seen an academy graduate. A student that was so fast, never in his life. He expected Naruto to do something that would surprise him, but this was much more than a surprise. How could this kid wield an incredible speed like this at his age? Naruto then sent a fist toward Kakashi, who got over his shock, and he was fast to react as he blocked the blow, as he felt some kind of an impact behind the punch. He hit like Guy, but at a smaller scale, Kakashi thought, as he quickly put away his book because he didn't want to get embarrassed by a genin if he read his book and Naruto end up defeating him. Sasuke gritted his teeth in pure anger. Cannot believe that speed that Naruto possessed. How in the hell was he so fast? Naruto then jumped up in the air as he spun around and swung his feet straight toward Kakashi's face, who used his both hands and blocked it. But it was so much strength and speed that Kakashi was blown back a couple of feet, as Naruto also flipped back. This dance should be entertaining, Naruto said, just loud enough for Kakashi to hear him. He looks to be happy. and he called, fighting, dancing. Kakashi said that I smiled as he really wanted to see the full extent of Naruto's abilities. He must really love the thrill of fighting. Kakashi said as he looked on Naruto's face, there was no smile, but he could see the excitement in Naruto's eyes. Kakashi then got into his own fighting stance. Naruto seemed to be good in taijutsu, and his speed was very impressive. Kakashi realized that he had a serious fight if he was going to analyze Naruto's real capabilities. As Naruto also went back into his fighting stance, as Sakura and Sasuke with his head poking out of the ground watched the fight, but suddenly the both of them disappear out of sight. As Sakura turned and looked, they were gone. As Sasuke managed to turn his head a little bit to the corner, but nothing, they were really gone. As then, Sakura and Sasuke could hear blows being hit as fists and legs were making contact. Kakashi and Naruto was moving so fast that, to the untrained eye, no one can see them. Naruto was keeping up with Kakashi to make Kakashi's eyes go wide, his one eye anyway, as he was surprised that this kid could keep up with him at this speed. Naruto then tried to kick after Kakashi as Kakashi dodged and slammed his foot right into Naruto's stomach, sending Naruto crashing down to the ground. He didn't give Naruto time to recover, as with seconds he appeared in front of Naruto. He attempted to punch Naruto straight down to the ground, but when he tried to punch Naruto, Naruto moved with incredible speed and flipped back as Kakashi rushed after him again, not wanting Naruto to get away. But Naruto suddenly stopped as he rushed toward Kakashi head on. He flipped over Kakashi's head as Kakashi looked up to see Naruto coming down with his right foot with full speed and strength as Kakashi was ready to block it. But at the last second, he decided to use a substitution jutsu and switch place with a log as Naruto's feet break right through the log, breaking it in half like it was nothing. Sasuke was now seeing the both of them going head to head with each other. As he was watching the fight, he was now jealous of Naruto. Naruto was faring well against a Jonin, something that he couldn't do, and Naruto was a dead last in the class. How is it possible that he got so much better than me? Sasuke thought to himself as he watched the battle. Naruto landed on his feet as he turned around looking for Kakashi, but Kakashi seemed to be hiding. Naruto then turned and got a full 360 of the era, looking around as he then saw Kakashi. Kakashi was hiding in the trees as Naruto then disappeared as he rushed off to the trees also. Sasuke and Sakura could not see anything because their teammate and sensei were fighting in the trees, but they could feel that the fight was still going on. A few seconds later, they saw their sensei came flying out of the trees as Naruto was above him. Naruto was on top of him, ready to pummel him down to the ground. Sasuke and Sakura eyes were widened as they saw that Naruto looked to be having the advantage. Naruto came down with a heavy fist. Kakashi couldn't dodge it, so he put out his two hands to block the attack. The power behind the attack was strong enough to send Kakashi slamming down into the ground, even though he had blocked the attack. A crater was formed as Kakashi was implanted in it. Naruto then flipped away as he stood there. As Kakashi sensei got back up, Naruto allowed him time to recover. This is interesting. I don't want it to stop here, Naruto whispered out. Kakashi started to push a little more as he got up and rushed at Naruto with incredible speed. To any genin, he should be invisible. He appeared in front of Naruto as Naruto flipped back, dodging him, making Kakashi one eye go wide as he was surprised that Naruto was able to see him in that speed. He then ran through some hand signs, the same hand sign that Sasuke did earlier as he put his hand close to his mouth. "Great Fireball Jutsu," he shouted out. Naruto disappeared with incredible speed to avoid getting hit by the jutsu. Kakashi ended it, knowing that Naruto was able to dodge it. Naruto was now a distance away. You are far better than I thought. Far better than Sasuke. I don't think that there's a genin in Konoha that can beat you. But I must end this now, Kakashi said as he was ready to fight and beat Naruto. Trying his best, he was ready to go 100% so he could put this little kid in its place. Well, that was what Kakashi thought anyway. But before he could, it was noon as Kakashi then heard the alarm bell ring. Where he put it, Kakashi got out of his fighting stance as he sighed and motioned for Naruto to follow him where the rest of Team 7 were. Kakashi saw Sasuke still buried in the ground, thought that he would have done something to get out on his own, but he didn't. So Kakashi went over and freed him. Sasuke could not stop glaring at Naruto. He was clearly jealous. How was Naruto able to land a hit on Kakashi sensei when he was not able to touch Kakashi and he was subdued so easily? Kakashi then gathered them all as he had a look of disappointment. You did not get the bell, so you all failed, Kakashi said. Naruto took out both bells out of his pocket as Kakashi turned and looked around to see that they were gone. When did you? The time I pummeled you to the ground. Before I jumped back, I had already taken the bells, Naruto said to him, making Kakashi look up surprised with his one eye. That one eye really showed a lot of emotions. You were too focused in testing my power, so you forgot about the test, and you think that I did as well. But I was waiting on the right opportunity to grab the bells. Kakashi simply nodded. So what are you going to do now, Naruto? You have 2 bells and 2 teammates, and including yourself that make 3. So, who are you going to give a bell? The aim of this test was not so we could get the bells. It was see if we could work as a team because 3 genins could not defeat an elite jonin. I am surprised that Sakura with all of her brains couldn't figure that out, Naruto said. She glared at him of the insult that he just said, but it wasn't really an insult. Someone as smart as her should have figured this out, but she didn't. She was just crazy about Sasuke and worrying about his well-being and didn't even think about the real reason of this test. She's such a fangirl that she might die. She doesn't deserve to be in a team, Naruto thought within, not saying it out. Kakashi noticed that Naruto was not trying to insult her, he was just stating the obvious. He saw that Naruto had no amusement in his voice. He heard nothing of that, and he saw no look of change on Naruto's face, no small smirk or nothing. He just had that same look, like he was empty inside. So Naruto, why did you not try to work with your teammates? Isn't it obvious? None of them would have been willing to work with me. Sakura's only concern is Sasuke, and he only think that he can do everything on his own. He doesn't ask for help because he think that he doesn't need it. He has too much pride, Naruto said. So, none of them would have accepted my help or the information that I would have given them. Kakashi nodded in agreement. He noticed this and Naruto was telling the truth. But all in all, Naruto should have tried to talk to them. Naruto was also correct. The purpose of this test was teamwork. I could give you guys another chance to work together, but since Naruto has the bells and I weren't supposed to fail you, I guess you pass, he said, making Sakura and Sasuke sigh in relief. Naruto then threw the bells back at Kakashi as Kakashi called the both of them. You guys can go now, except for you, Naruto. We will be meeting at 9 AM for the team meeting, Kakashi said. Both Sasuke and Sakura left off as Sasuke glanced and glared at Naruto, but Naruto didn't pay it any mind. The Hokage wants to talk to you, Naruto, said Kakashi. At the Hokage Tower, the Hokage stared deeply into Naruto's blue eyes, but he found nothing. It was like Naruto was just destroy all of his emotions. Naruto used to have this one sparkle, this one glow about him that shows that he was always alright, with this one small foxy smirk. But now, there was just nothing. He was like an empty vessel, some sort of that. The Hokage noticed this and he wanted to know what was up with Naruto. Has he finally given in to the people of the village calling him a demon, a beast, a monster? Has he finally given up? The Hokage wondered, seeing that Naruto has no longer hope in his eyes. Naruto sat there as he knew that the Hokage wanted to ask about his transformation. His long growing hair, how did it grow in such a short period of time? How did his body get so muscular in days? The Hokage wanted questions. Naruto, what happened to you? The Hokage asked him, breaking the silence in the room. But guys, I'm gonna end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. And remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And yeah, remember to go and check out my second channel, Anime King. I'll be leaving the link at the top of the description. And I hope you guys enjoy the over 300 what if on my main channel. But for now guys, I'm out. Peace.